Well, hello.
Hello. Is it okay to say Happy New Year again? Have people gotten tired of saying Happy New Year yet?
Uh,
Happy New Year!
it is the 8th,
Yeah,
Let's see, we
yeah.
got some famous birthdays today and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Always
Mm-hmm.
got some.
I figured I'd ask.
Yeah,
Figured
I
I'd
mean,
ask.
whatever. Do you say what if you that's what you
Happy
feel that you
New
wanna
Year!
if you feel you wanna blurt that out, shoot, by
It still
all
it
means.
still feels new to me. I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
know what the
because
hell's going
it still
on.
takes some getting used to. Because you got to
Yes.
mess up and write 2022 at least one time in the new
Mm-hmm.
year. So
Yep.
it happens.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Oh
Yep. Yep.
man, so how's the new year? Was 2023 going so far for you?
I'm still in my planning phase. I'm working on my January calendar. I'm filling in the blanks of things I want to do,
Oh yeah, dope.
that I need to do, doctor's appointments that I already made into the new year, so on and so forth. So I am
Yeah,
filling out my calendar.
oh, that
Yes.
dope.
It's the
So
most boringest thing ever, but it's got to be
hey,
done.
you got to do the boring stuff in order to get the real, the prizes later. That's a issue with, us as a whole, as
Mm-hmm.
humans.
Yep.
We in a microwave society where we want stuff quick and we just want to
Quick,
be,
quick, quick.
spontaneous, just want to go with the flow. And sometimes planning, no, not sometimes, all the time, planning can be
Mm-hmm.
that bonus, that
Yep.
road to take you to peace.
Yeah,
It
yeah. Get your thoughts out and onto paper. It brings it closer to reality.
really does. I don't, it's kind of interesting, like how in school now they're not like teaching cursive writing, so they pretty much have them on
Mm-hmm.
the computer and everything, not teach, it's just like we're not writing as much. And
Yeah, you're
I
making
think,
life a little easy for them because it was complicated when I was a kid. Now
you think
it's
it's
like second
complicated,
nature. As a kid, it
but
was, but now it's like that's all I do is writing scripts. So you know,
yeah, or just writing in
hmm
general because we're so
in
used
general.
to texting and um, typing up emails,
Mm-hmm.
but that writing, is like beautiful.
Yeah,
That can really help your brain as well.
yeah.
Especially if like you typically right-handed and you
Mm-hmm.
write with your left hand, it like stimulates the other side of your brain and everything. Though it may come out sloppy, but you know, at least you like kind of like working that side of your brain too. It could be a beautiful thing.
Okay.
Oh man, so we're at episode 12. Fun
Hey, episode
One Fine
12.
Podcast. Yay!
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty
today we're
cool.
talking about getting our health together, ladies. So
Yes,
first,
ladies.
before we get into all of that, this hot topic here,
Mm-hmm.
where can everyone find you, Azima?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Azima the Only. That's Azima the Only. That's where you can find me. And you can find me on Facebook and YouTube as Ozidi Wellness and Fitness. That's Ozidi Wellness and Fitness. Where can we find you,
Yeah.
Joe?
So yeah, you can find me same handle across all platforms: TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
IG, Facebook, YouTube. I'm so happy my Facebook fitness page got up to 600 followers today. That's pretty
Aw,
dope. Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you. Can't wait to get to 1,000. Then I'll do another giveaway type thing.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, KampJogofit, Camp Jogo Fit, across all
Mm-hmm.
platforms. And yeah, so definitely had fun on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Just with,
I feel like that, besides the birthdays and stuff like that, you can get carried away on these holidays that just pass, with the eating and stuff. You didn't go crazy eating or anything, right? On your birthday?
Nah, you know what? All I did was like, when I went to I went to the selfie museum and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a pizza place around there called Gino's New York Pizza or whatever. So I had them long time ago before. They was just okay, but whenever you call yourself New York Pizza, I just wholeheartedly believe you need that New York water to make it taste how it's supposed to taste. Because it's like y'all got the idea, y'all got the crust, but there's just still a
There's
little
something
something
missing.
missing in the taste, you
Definitely,
know? So
definitely.
so that's about what I did. I didn't like, me and my mom, we made some pasteles. I did eat a lot of those. But,
Mm-hmm.
that's like green, plantain, jaltia, or in Africa they call it malanga.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it has yuca. It can have yuca in it, which cassava. Um, and then what else is in? I forget what else is in there. Anyway, it's delicious. So it's like you
Okay.
just mash up all of that together, make it into like it's not really a paste, but sort of like a mashed smoothie consistency. And you throw all these seasonings and spices in there. You could throw meat in there. Traditionally, it is roast pork, but you can do you know, of course, chicken, and I also wanted to experiment with some other things, because typically if people usually would do it either pork or chicken, and then some, or they omit the meat and just leave like the chickpeas, raisins, and olives. So it's a
Oh, okay.
it's once you eat one, it's like, oh my gosh, I want another one and another one. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
delicious. It's filled with a lot of iron, and a lot of us women be like
Yeah,
so
iron
iron
deficient.
deficient. So
Yes, especially during
that
that
is
special
good.
time of month.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hey everyone, welcome. So we're just getting
Hi.
into today some, just some points on ladies us taking care of our health, because it's no secret, y'all see on social media we got these people who, let's just say Kevin Samuels for instance, and then just other men that are trying to come into his space, talking about how women are not in good health, or they don't look like they're in good health. So what can we do to
What can
make
we
sure
do?
that we are in good health for ourselves? Because that
Mm.
is extremely important. We also got to remember that as women, we can wear a lot of hats. And so if
Yeah.
we're not in a good space, how can
Mm-hmm.
we care for others?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm still working
Yes.
on that, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
we all working on it. It's always
Yeah.
a work in progress. It is always going to be a work in progress. Um, Even though we was already clear on what we was going to talk about today. If y'all
Mm-hmm.
see the attached video on there, on this link with that chick, I don't know if y'all seen it, but it's it kind of it very much so ties into what we're going to talk about today. So
Mm-hmm.
first and foremost, you all let me know if you agree, or if you could just see this point. We need to be very mindful of our spiritual health.
Yeah, I
How,
agree.
of course, yeah, how, of course, that could benefit us. It enhances our growth, our
Mm-hmm.
understanding, our peace and calmness. A lot
Yeah.
of
I'd
us
say
can use
faith in
that.
yourself.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Kind of just a little bullet point that I wanted to put under the peace and calmness is accepting the past. Instead of looking at the past as if, oh, I should have, done things differently, or just look at the lesson for it because this is where I am today because of those
Mm-hmm.
experiences.
Yeah. It,
And
it helps you to be more aware of what you've done in the past, and if you're not,
right.
if you and making changes for the future. But if you're always stuck in the past, you're not changing for the future because you're looking backwards.
Exactly. So,
Hmm.
we definitely want to encourage that, with ladies. I know there's a lot of times ladies will bring up that they had like past relationships with dude, be like, oh, I should have never met him, or I should have did that, or left this time. Hey, you
Hmm.
clearly needed to learn something at that time. And just now you get to look out for the signs. Like, for example, let's just say you were in a situation where dude was like, "Oh, you got to change this, that, and this about you if you want to be with me or whatever." And then there's sometimes people will fall for that. Or like, just
Hmm.
say, for example, I always like to use diet as a good example. So I've came across women before that they had dudes. They'd be like, okay, let's just say if you eat pork, I can't deal with you or whatever. But the chicks kind of like still like dealt with them, or they'll say, oh, if you eat that, I'll never kiss you again. Kind of like
Mm.
things, changing about, wanted to change you instead of just accepting you for the way you are. But
Yeah.
so like moving to the future, say if you came across somebody else like that kind of like came in a different one, be like, okay, yeah, I kind of want to change your hair, or I like the way how you wear your hair, but you ever thought about wearing your hair like that? So you can look out
Hmm.
for those tactics that kind of put you in your last situation. And so
Yeah.
that way, recognize that, I'm going to be me and not change for nobody else. You accept me how I am. Not that I'm a bad person, but,
Hmm.
just changing them little things. It's not about building a bitch, you accept me, you accept somebody
Yeah.
as they am,
I
and you
I had somebody
decide
do that with
whether,
my dressing, how I dressed, you know.
oh,
They
really?
wanted to
Tell
change
us
how
about
I
that.
wore clothes and stuff like that. And it was just like it didn't make any sense and it concerned me for for somebody to be so concerned about women's clothes that it just didn't work in my head. It bothered me a lot. So glad
Well,
that's over.
that's a
But
lot
it was
now because
weird.
there's a lot of dudes out there. They used to have a problem with lace front wigs and stuff, and now they're wearing lace front beards. So
Oh, okay.
people got to be careful what they focus on, because then you end up doing the same thing that you have an issue with.
Like, why can't I do what she's doing? Why are you worrying about that? You know, somebody has a
We gotta,
comment though.
yeah, let's get this comment in.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. I'm glad y'all doing a podcast like this. I don't see women do shows like this, but I'm glad y'all doing it. Shout out to both of y'all.
Thanks,
Um,
Matt.
so so
Aw.
as a man, right, that was raised by a single mother, and having sisters, a lot of girl cousins, women friends that I know now and have known before. A lot of what I seen, a lot of their stressors of, unhealthiness came from dealing with low character men who had no character,
I can
um,
see that.
you know, men they thought they could turn around, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
if I get it, you want a certain kind of man, and that's fine. But I would say it starts with, outside of how they grew up, it's as an adult, it starts with, the kind of people that you hang around. You have to hang around high character people for beginners.
Shit, I could dig that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
thank you, Matt, for that shout out. I appreciate it. You see a lot of, podcasts of women talking about makeup and doing all this other stuff. So,
I like those podcasts, but they we
I
we
like
we
them
are
too, but there's a lot of them. And
yeah, a lot,
there's a
a
lot
lot
of
to
them.
pick
So
from.
there's not enough accountability women type, stuff. So
Hmm.
we are them.
I
We are
from
one of them.
yeah, my I had an experience with somebody. I guess somebody would consider low character, but he was just low character for me because he was perfect for somebody else. But he almost, I swear, I had heart attacks daily from his
Dang.
behavior. Like
Ugh, that's not good.
he stressed me out a lot. I'm just like he was always late, and we're sharing custody of my daughter. He stressed me out. I was like, oh my god, like I can't deal with this anymore. It got to a point where I just stopped communicating with him when she got older
On
and she can do all the yeah.
another way I could see something as a stressor too, that if, like, say if a woman is with a man and and she's in a survival state mode, you know?
Mhm. Oh, I know what you mean. Like
Yeah.
no
Survival
help. They're
state
not
mode.
getting help.
Right, because and even though we're kind of like going back in the past on this, let's just say,
Mhm.
for instance, okay, so we know a lot of single mothers out there. They'll say, "Oh, they didn't grow up with a father in their house or whatever, so they just basically just go for whatever man they see or whatever one's attracted to them." Or,
Mhm.
um, so okay, so let's talk about the low character men. So this can also be, what's the majority of, not the majority of the men, because there's a lot that avoid that hood shit. But let's just
Mhm.
say that, you're dealing with a dude that, the stereotype may have dropped out of
Mhm.
school or don't have much education or has been in jail, or dealing with low character men. Say if there's a dude who's comfortable with staying up in a chick's house and she has Section 8 and stuff, that.
Yeah, there's two extremes. There's
Yeah,
different extremes of the low
absolutely.
characterness. It's not always
Right.
that they're hood. It's just that they're lazy or they don't want to do something. But everybody experiences those type of people, and their character is questionable. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So
It's
we
very
definitely want
stressful
to
being around them.
yeah, and it's not
Hmm.
worth it. It really isn't. So, that's just stuff that we got to look out for. We got to look out for people's ambitions in life to see, hey, what are they doing during the day? Like, um what are you reading now, possibly, hey, what are you kind of like, working towards, ask, questions like that to kind of get an idea about people.
Yeah, working
um
out discernment. That's what we need to do for 2023. Discernment.
Absolutely. With more of our spiritual, on touching on our spiritual health, we
Hmm.
are living more meaningful lives. We
Yeah.
are There's nothing wrong with thriving with less either. So we had a show a couple episodes ago about women. Do you like flashy men or conservative men? So there's nothing wrong with thriving for less. So we basically played, a clip of a chick saying that she broke up with a dude because he didn't have a new car, meaning his car was paid off. It was an older car that probably had less insurance, and he was
Hmm.
taking care of it, probably saving his money for bigger stuff than trying to have a flashy BMW or Benz to keep up with the Joneses or to look like you that nigga or whatever.
Hmm.
He's
Hmm.
more focusing on probably saving for the future. So that's an example of thriving with less flashy. The video that I posted. But before we get into the video, let's get these comments and then we'll get into that video and just basically touch on that. Okay.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, but yeah, for instance, so for me, yeah, I'm not a lace wig guy. I'm not a weave guy. I love a natural woman. I don't care what anybody says. When a black woman is natural, she is the best thing on the planet.
Hmm.
I don't care what nobody said. Nobody can change my mind about that because it's already been, we've seen it with our own eyes, right? Yeah, we
Yeah.
got it. We got record of it. The 1970s. We got record of it. In the 70s, who could touch the black woman in the 70s? Nobody.
Hmm.
You know.
Well,
But
black women are getting
yeah,
back
I
together with
like for,
that.
I mean, you can touch your face up with makeup, but of course you can't, put make it look like pancake batter or whatever, right? But yeah, I'm all for like the natural myself, but to each his own. Some people like the lace wigs.
I like a happy balance. But yes,
Yeah, I
that
got it.
time period was beautiful. And like I said, I think black women are embracing themselves again. And we're getting back to that natural, the natural look, you know, and we're not trying to please anybody else, especially not our jobs. So, you know,
Yeah, and as
it's
far
all
as
good.
the pancake batter, yeah, we kind of want to not be one of those like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde makeup dudes, not look like a totally different person. Like, wow, you did like a total uh 360 change. You look
Yeah,
like a
I
totally
see
different
those
person.
YouTube videos
We
of
don't.
the ladies.
Oh, those. Oh my God, those videos be crazy.
I think
I
it's
just be
pretty
like,
cool that they can do that makeup, but it's just
like
like, dang, how much did
sorcery.
they?
Like, man, that's gotta be sorcery the way how you just make that change like that. But look,
Hmm.
we got a couple more comments here. Let's see.
Yeah, so just a little knowledge, ladies. So 18% of men in our community are having 80% of the children. 54% are single and childless, and the rest are married. So
Yeah,
so I
it's a
just want to
lie.
keep that at
Everything's a
eight. Only
lie.
18% of men in the
It's
black
all a
community
lie.
are
It's
having
propaganda.
80% of the kids.
Wow,
Propaganda. That's what it is.
you
You
think?
know. Yeah.
18. Damn, that's a man. That's a whopping.
That means
Dang,
that
that them,
somebody's
them
going
numbers,
after
them
the same
stats
dude.
suck, yo. But
Yeah.
18% of the men having 80% of the kids. Well, it'll make sense
Hmm.
because you know, just take rappers for instance. You know how many
Let,
rappers be
let's
having like?
let's just take Nick Cannon.
He's
That's
not a
that's
rapper though. He
no,
tried,
but
but
18%.
yeah,
One
yeah,
man
he.
having all those kids.
And then he had the nerve to talk about, man, maybe I stretched myself too thin. And then they made
Mm-mm.
him do like then he did like a commercial with a condom and stuff. Like
He did a
it was just
condom commercial.
terrible. I was, yeah, he did. I don't know. It wasn't like quite a
No.
commercial. Maybe it was like a skit. I seen it. And I was like, man, they really just got this dude just out here, freaking shucking and driving like crazy.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, let's go. Grabbing. Got a couple more comments here.
Another thing too, I do believe that like a lot of women have grown to, through like starting with like I think in the 80s, women started growing to the hey, stay out of my business, right? Or don't worry about me kind of thing. Like if
Mm-hmm.
like it's very hard for other women to tell other women that, hey, I don't think this is in your best interest, because that's one of the quickest ways, to for them not to be your friend anymore or to not hang around you anymore because, they're emotionally attached to someone.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, this is stuff that I noticed, so because it used to be like, other women, you were able to talk to other women and they take it with a grain of salt, but nowadays when I see women try to talk to other women, it's like, no, it's like mind your mother effing business and all that stuff. Like this is my life, when they know it's not good for them.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
That's
that
all
is
I'm gonna
very
say.
true. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm just gonna say yes. I can't
When when
disagree.
you talk to certain people about, like, let's just talk about diet and health and stuff like that. I can't I can't get into a conversation with any woman at my job about that. They'll just
Yeah.
like their eyes will glaze over. They
Not
don't want to
only
hear that
that,
shit.
like I don't like I can't I don't like going out to eat with people who are like who don't have control over their diets, you know?
Hmm.
Like and I know I was watching I forget what I was looking at like the other day, but it was basically saying that, you know, the people if you hang out with obese people, you're more than likely to kind of like, you know, take on those characteristics
Well,
or if like
it's just you're watching
yeah,
and you're trying to hang out. You know what I
right.
mean? It's like, let's say somebody who's overweight is hanging out with skinny people. The odds of them chucking food down their throat is very slim because they're trying to not look like somebody who chucks food down their throat. So,
Right.
and if you're around somebody who's doing whatever a certain way, you're gonna take on those characteristics and do the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
that's it.
But
So,
yeah, hey, it is true. I can't argue with that though.
yeah.
Chelsea got a
I
comment.
don't be listening to those statistics anymore because they had me in a chokehold when I was a kid and a teenager,
Hmm.
like, and I really just concluded that most of them are racist and not that accurate and really, generated to prove some other point that probably doesn't serve us.
Yeah.
Well, you know how they definitely love to manipulate numbers in the
Yeah.
society and you know not that we're gonna get into the whole COVID, situation, but
But that's what I was just thinking that, and how they
right,
manipulated the numbers and
right,
trying to
yeah,
get certain people of a certain color to
yeah. They
take
was
the
dirty for
vaccine.
that. Like, oh yeah, we think that African Americans should get the vac. Man, fuck. Listen, hey, we ain't gonna get into this, but
No,
just
but I
know
agree.
we ain't taking no more of your smallpox blankets. No,
I don't
thank
think
you.
a lot of people aren't taking those things anymore.
Nah, we ain't taking your. You could
No,
keep your smallpox blankets. Thank you.
the
So
smallpox banquets. Okay.
keep them smallpox
Oh,
blankets. We
I know
learned the
what you're
first
referring
time.
to as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
Anyways,
all right. So
so you want to get to the video?
this lady. So we talking about spiritual health, right? So
Yeah.
the importance of it. So I hope y'all got a chance to look at the video. I'll go ahead and just play it. It's not really much. It's more of a see thing than to
Yeah.
hear. Like, you hear the people recording, and it's just disgusting. Like, just to look at and listen to. But here you go. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, shit! God damn! That nigga sleep.
He sleep.
That's right, roll it. Roll it straight.
That's horrible.
Oh!
Jeez.
Yeah, this is
The
disgusting.
commentation is
I
the
mean,
commentary is
who the hell
descriptive.
hangs around people like this? Like, I couldn't hang around people like this because I'm like, yo, dog. So, chick and dude was arguing. What they was arguing about, I don't know.
God
I
knows.
can't think of anything worth arguing about that would say that using a bowling ball upside somebody's head is a solution. Is to the matter of the
Mm.
situation, no matter what they was arguing about. So she had a bowling ball in her hand, swung, dude, lights out. And we got people in the background recording it. And then
Ain't doing nothing.
after dude is on the ground, they're like, throw the strike. So she threw a strike.
Oh my God.
I mean, does
Mm.
this person have good spiritual health here?
No, or mental.
No,
Neither.
no good mental, no good spiritual. I mean, who improve relationships? That's a definitely under there for spiritual health. But this person
Mm-hmm.
clearly does not know how to communicate. I
Wow.
mean, like, it's disgusting, very, very disgusting to have witnessed that, and and just the people. And I hope the guy presses charges. Like, you need to face the consequences of that. Like, for real, for real.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that dude did get up.
Mm-mm.
Like,
I wouldn't have.
I'm surprised how he got up, but it's
I'd have laid
weird
there.
because when you look at the video, it's like she sort of hit him in the back of the head. But if you look at the video, his bruises is on like the right side of his face. But maybe uh, I don't
Maybe it's
know.
the way he
Maybe
fell.
yeah, possibly. Let's grab these comments here.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? You may not want to agree with this statistic, but these are statistics done by blackdemographics.com for black people by black people. This isn't, you
Mm-hmm.
know, a whole bunch of white people doing this. These are, this is black people doing these statistics.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Mm,
gotcha.
let's see, Chelsea.
I watched the video and honestly it was kind of hard to watch, and I like literally no one did anything about him just being out cold on the floor. No one even like that's beyond me. But imagine the kind of environment that you had to grow up in for that to be
Okay.
like nothing to blink at.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just
Desensitized.
the kind of thoughts that you just think about on a daily basis that you have like no empathy person, or you don't know freaking compassion. You can't possibly have compassion for people to do something like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like that's just wild. It's a fucking bowl. You hit you. She lucky that men's skulls are thicker than women's skulls. Cause had that been the other way around, whoo doggy,
I'd have been knocked out.
whoo doggy. All right, let's see what.
Whew, yeah, she knocked them dead slap out with that bowling ball, boy. And people don't understand how hard bowling balls are. Like, whew. I mean,
Yeah,
especially against your skull because you
Mm-hmm.
got, you know, you already got your, once your brain, hit your skull, that impact there, that's gonna be a concussion. That ball hit, that's like four different kind of brain traumas right there. Whew.
Yeah.
yeah. One more comment.
See, uh, and another thing about this video, I mean, it's not funny, but it is because my mom is a big woman, right? And I remember she used to swing those thick hands and go upside my head, and that hurt. So this woman, her hands were a little thick, so I can only imagine how it is with a bowling ball. Whew.
Yep.
Yeah, that bowling
Trauma.
ball, that bowling ball serious, man. You ever, I in it, I used to bowl before. I want to start bowling again, but them balls is heavy. Even if it's like the smaller balls, it's like still a huge impact to somebody's head. Them things is like solid in the middle for it to roll. Ugh, disgusting.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
another thing too. If he didn't get up, she would have been boohoo crying. She would have been boohoo crying if he didn't get up. If he didn't move, she'd be boohoo crying.
That's that toxic
Because
stuff. That.
I've seen it where a woman really hates a guy, and but she also really loves him at the same time. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's that toxic relationship type shit. They
I
hurt
don't.
each other
I
and then cry over it, what they
is
did to
is
them.
is
Beg for
that love
forgiveness.
though?
Repeat.
Is that love if you do toxic shit like that?
No, but it's toxic. They think it's love, and then
They
they
think it's
repeat. They
love.
do it and over again. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
I
Apologize,
think it's
repeat.
just I guess they confuse love with the way how that dopamine and serotonin,
Mm-hmm.
rises, you know,
Yeah,
certain situations. They confuse that with love, maybe.
it could be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's get into this whole mental health here. So, of course, some points here: reduced anxiety. We find out,
Mm-hmm.
especially, I get that's you talked about planning earlier, how you were
Yes.
planning out your month and stuff.
Yes.
So that can be a solution to reduce anxiety.
That's the
So
only way I get through my month or year without freaking out, as I have to plan what I'm gonna do. And
right.
I feel better for it. It feels good to plan. Even though
So
it might not work out the way it should. It's better to plan it anyways.
right.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Because a lot of times we'll anticipate the future, be anxious for the future and everything, not knowing that, we can be stressing ourselves out.
Yep.
So we definitely wanna, if you wanna plan something, if you wanna anticipate something, be strategic with it. Write down, your pros and cons. Um, you know, plan strategically, like as far as how you wanna look at yourself. Do you want to learn a different language? Do you want to just learn a new skill, especially with a lot of ways how the economy is changing? We want to make sure that we're getting new skills instead of just focusing on how we were taught to accumulate funds now.
Hmm.
Um, Another great benefit of mental health: improved moods. This lady with the bowling ball definitely had a terrible mood. But let's grab these comments first.
Yeah, it's not. See, here's the no. It's not love, right? But this here's what I think goes through her brain when she probably did that. So she was like, it's like I want him to do. I know
What
he
I
could do
want.
better than what he's doing. That's why I love him because I see his potential. But I hate him because he's not doing what I believe he could be doing, and now I'm gonna go upside his head with this bowling ball to knock some sense in it.
So, should women be going for men with potential?
With
This, I
potential.
remember I remember hearing this from a man himself saying that women shouldn't be with men based on potential. Because
Mm-hmm.
as a man, if you're, this is what he, this not me, so nobody don't jump down my throat. But um, you shouldn't be. He was just basically saying you shouldn't be with somebody based on potential. Because you don't have time for that after a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
And as he basically was saying, and a lot of men are saying, as a man, you want to get yourself established instead of worrying about dating and being broke. Because this, with this people, their situation, right, with the bowling ball, I don't, I feel situationship coming from them. I don't feel like their relationship was based on anything solid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like that tends to happen when you just kind of look at somebody for their potential and not for what they are.
So you're saying a potential relationship is different from what we're seeing? This is more like a situationship. They're together because of a situation.
Yes.
And
They
yeah,
got, yeah,
okay.
they gotta be. They just it seemed like they just a lot of people are just together just to be together, just so they don't be single, and that's sad.
Yeah.
But let's go on and get some more comments here.
Well, not to be negative, but you know what? It might fix them. I don't know. I,
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It might
I
fix
don't
them. It
think
Oh
getting
might
hit
God,
up the
it
no.
might make them
no.
better. I don't know.
No.
Man, she almost killed this dude.
Getting hit
Like,
upside the head don't make you better.
she almost, but that's not a child. Even you shouldn't do that to your child either. But it's like, come on,
Mm-mm.
that
Yeah.
that that just that seems like a overly masculine woman.
So her job is not to be teaching anybody a lesson. No grown
Right?
ass man needs to be learning a lesson from me.
Exactly.
You figure that shit
So,
out on your own. Yep.
yep.
I had a chemistry teacher once who always repeated that to fail to plan is to plan to fail. And here I
Yep.
am, 32, and I still remember this. So clearly he said it enough times. But
Mm-hmm.
I see the wisdom in that now. Because otherwise you
Mm-hmm.
kind of just end up living your life like moment to moment and letting circumstance dictate how you spend your time versus choosing how you're going to spend your time and choosing to be intentional and plan things out and budget for things, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is called drifting, to just be going with the flow
Like
and going through the
like
motion.
a plastic bag in the wind.
Yes. Or a tumbleweed in the
I'm not a plastic bag. I'm a human being with feelings. And I don't want to be upset because I failed myself. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to plan and just make sure I follow through on each day. And if not, I can always put it on another day. But writing it down, getting your thoughts out, it's just so helpful. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. If you don't see it, you can't believe it. I know there's a
Nope.
better way of saying that, but that's how I feel it. Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Grab another comment from Matt.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Women, in my opinion, women should not go for men with potential. You know, you should
Okay.
go with a man who already has those characteristics. So that's a
Mm-hmm.
big no for me. But the flip side of that is, when you're a project yourself, you can't look, a person that's a finished project or an ascending project, um, they're not gonna want you unless you're a finished product as well or an ascending product.
That's why I think people don't understand. If you're looking for somebody, you have to. What did this one person said? If you want this person who's loving and caring and kind. Can you find it in yourself? And if you can't, make yourself that way before you go looking for somebody who has those characteristics.
True. Hey, can't argue with that.
Because you're not
Or
gonna appreciate it until you're in that position yourself.
exactly. And that can also carry over to finances too. You got a lot
Same
of
thing. Yeah.
females out here to be like, oh, I want somebody to earn six figures. Well, what are you doing to
Do
earn
you?
six?
Yeah.
Like how? Like
Exactly.
so match my energy,
Yep.
compliment me.
Compliment me. Yes.
Yes. Chelsea got a comment.
You're so right about that. If you don't see it, you can't believe it. And one technique that can really help with that is visualization, where you really just kind of like sit and imagine your like what it is that you want, what it feels like to have it, what it feels like to achieve it, etc. And that will help you get closer to your goals. And also, I haven't practiced this yet, but I know that you can kind of like write as a visualization activity. So instead of just imagining it in your mind, you're writing it down like as if you were maybe like journaling in that time when you have everything that you are trying to visualize in that moment. And again, like make it real in terms of like what it feels like and stuff. And how, like what your emotions are, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly. I love it. Especially right around now. We're in a full moon. This is a great, I know for me, like full moons and new moons, I can't go to full and new moon without lighting some candles.
Mhm.
So, I kind of like to light candles, look into like the flame and everything and just get real calm and just let your mind clear. And hey, there goes another tip for spiritual and mental health. Being mindful, taking time out for yourself, shutting everything out and just being one with your thoughts. Um, Writing, visualization, very
Yes.
great things to do with yourself to tap into that calmness, to improve your mood, to
Yes.
get a
Yes.
greater sense of peace, inner and great self-esteem. Love
Exactly.
it. And we have another comment.
You know, the funny thing about the six figures thing, right? When women say, and I talk to women one on one, I talk to women on shows on here, and one of the things when they say, "Oh, I want a man that makes six figures," I tell them like, no, you really don't, because there's a lot that comes with that. There's,
Yep.
for the most part, there's
Yeah.
no monogamy there, unless you was with this man when he had nothing. You know, um, a lot of women, they just want to be at the finish line waiting on a man and saying, "Hey, I knew you could do it," and rah rah rah. After he done been through 10 grueling years of working hard and sacrificing what he's, saying to what he had to get to where he is. But you know,
Mhm.
but it's a lot that comes with dealing with, I mean, I'm a six-figure man myself.
Mhm.
I mean, not just figure I throw that out there, it don't matter, but just want to make sure, make sure so you can make sure I'm credible. But that's how it is.
I think the amount of digits really don't matter. It's more of how do you handle those digits? Do
Yeah.
you waste them away? I sat through people who, been with people who just spend, 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 and then complain. And then when they get money, spend, 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 then complain. And it's like a vicious cycle. And I'm just like, it's not, you don't want to sit there and judge a person, but it's like, I can't sit here and just watch you repeat the same mistakes over and over again. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like I don't like you as a person, but you're beating yourself up about the mistakes you made, and then you just repeat the mistakes. And
Mm.
yeah, so which also can drive a person nuts because they're not getting out of that wheel. You know,
Ah,
you can see
yeah.
somebody drives themselves crazy over that stuff, being mad at the job, they're not getting paid enough. So on and so forth. So it's
So
hard to watch.
So clearly, with what you explained, is a
Hmm.
great point here that we can segue into clearer thinking to help benefit of mental health. Because if you're repeating the same cycle over and over again, not being basically in autopilot mode, not looking at what you're doing, you're clearly not having clear thinking.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yes. More comments.
Mm, I love doing that. One of mine is um letting, turning on the rain and and thunderstorms,
Oh
on my
yeah. Good shit.
either Alexa or Google or whatever, and then like let that play and then just lay back, and that eases my mind, as well, and it puts you to sleep. So
Oh
You know.
yeah, all
You
those
know what I do?
thunderstorm, the isotronic and binaural beats, those things are the best. Those 432 megahertzes and all that beautiful stuff. Great stuff to tune out to and just chill. Maybe grab you a little bit of medicine to elevate, whether it be shrooms, it could be some good stuff. Anyway, that's another subject. We get off on a tangent here. Uh, let's see, it's Chelsea.
Wow, Matt is so right about there's a lot that comes with dealing with somebody
Yeah,
who makes six figures, and one of them is their availability. But
yeah.
he was dead on about how, like, I literally went out with this guy in California a few months ago, and he said to me, like, this is just a conversation because this was casual and not going anywhere. And he said to me that, like, in a relationship, like, if he had a woman now and he was, like, serious about her, like, he wouldn't be monogamous because he has everything. So, like, he has all the options, basically. So why would he not use all of his options? Something to that effect. I feel like I'm making it sound a little bit worse, but it's just about as bad as it sounds. Like, basically, like, he can get
No,
any
no.
woman that he
Yeah.
I think it all depends on the person, regardless of the six figures.
Yeah, it
There's
depends
just
on the
people
person.
who are gonna take advantage of what they got, and there's people who really want that stability and comfort, and and you just have to go through the numbers to find what you want. Find a woman who's willing to tolerate the multiple women, or find a woman that is, wants to be with you and have kids with you and die with you. There's so many different variants of people that there's no way I can say that every person is the same, or
No, you can't.
it's and that
Because
everybody who makes six figures thinks this way. Not everybody looks at it that way. They just want their level of peace, whatever that peace is to them.
yeah, because there are those anomaly of men that, you know what, I'm good. I just need one woman and that's it. I don't need to be out
Hmm.
there,
What I look
just
like messing
like
with all these women?
yeah, just like the funny memes you see
Crazy.
out there. They're like, there's too many
Hmm.
hoes and STDs out there to be, irresponsible with your dick.
Hmm. And
You
dick
know?
is precious.
Yes,
Very
exactly. It is.
precious. I'm trying to teach
Absolutely.
my son that. You take care of your
You have
penis, okay?
to. Like,
You
look,
know?
there's value in that.
Yeah, so much.
Don't just be giving it to everybody. Everybody don't need to have it or be worthy of it.
No, not everybody's worthy of it,
Yeah, you gotta
you
be
know?
careful so. But yeah, I don't know if the dudes that I've heard that say, "Oh, I need one woman and that's it." I don't know if they full of shit. Some people say what they want, to whatever. But that be
Hmm.
something else behind closed doors. But if you are gonna be poly, so to say, make sure that people are cool with it. All parties are cool with it, so there doesn't be any
So they
issues
don't
like
hit you upside the head with a bowling
with a
ball.
bowling ball. That's exactly what I was about to say. So with a bowling ball,
Yep.
you know,
Because I told my husband
put
I ain't
everybody on the
about
same
all that
page.
sharing stuff. I'll stab you in the thigh with a fork. Leave me. Don't bring that up. I ain't about it. I don't share. No, no, no. You and me forever. He was like with a fork. I was like, yeah, I don't want to hurt you bad. I just want to stab you in the thigh with a fork.
My goodness. Uh-oh. Let's see, Chelsea, we got some
I don't
comments.
know. I can't understand men logic, but it was basically like, why would you stop at one if you can have everyone like that you want? I don't know.
Well, some dudes they still got that doo-doo stain in the drawer symptom.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings. When they was little, when they was young, they had doo-doo stains in their drawers. Somebody pulled their pants down, and girls didn't want them until after high school. So they're basically making up for lost time. Some people, not everybody,
Oh, okay.
just. Let's see.
Giovanni, you can share your medicine with me.
Oh, yeah, I love my
Dude.
medicines. Yes, all
My
them
son's
good.
7. I'm still wiping his butt, so
Oh
you
yeah, you
know.
got to teach them early to wipe their butt good,
Mm-hmm.
because man, that's that will scar them for life. Being in
You come around
elementary
the
school,
wrong
get your
person,
pants
they pull
pulled
your pants
down and
down.
they put it down, and you got a huge shit stain there.
I remember I had a friend in elementary school who told the whole class I was on my period.
Oh,
It affected me so like for a long time. I think all the way into high school. I think I finally got over it by the time I was hit 18. But I said, I'm never talking to her ever. I'm never telling her anything. And she was looking under the bathroom stalls, and Anyways, but that's like my doodle stain experience.
the funny no, you funny part about that. I remember in elementary school. Now this didn't happen to me, but this happened to some. Um, basically, you know how like or elementary school, you had to go to the bathroom in like pairs or whatever.
Oh, that's whack.
Whatever,
Mm.
yeah, for whatever odd reason. So one of the chicks was in the bathroom crying because she got her period and didn't have any protection or whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. And then the other girl came in, was like, yeah, she got something with blood in her pants. And then the boy was like, she got her period. Like,
How do
what?
boys know about periods, but she didn't know? I didn't know I had my
No,
period
she
until like
knew.
months later.
She just didn't have protection because the chick had, because I was in class with a chick since like second grade and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So she had her period in second grade. So she
That's
had it early.
whack.
So she know what it was. This was like in
Mm-hmm.
fifth grade that happened. So
Oh, okay, gotcha. Still whack.
shame that I remember that, even though it didn't happen to me, but
It
it
still
made me think
affected
about
you.
it. Yeah,
Mm-mm, mm,
this was
mm,
like,
mm, mm.
dang.
Oh, like I ain't gonna get caught out there like that. Make sure I put
Yeah.
something in
So,
my book bag.
no, not only that, but like make sure I don't go to the bathroom with
Whoa, that bitch.
her. But you know what? That wouldn't have happened to me because I used to go to these two black teachers I used to have whenever I got my period in school in
Mm-hmm.
elementary. Or I would either go to Miss McPhee or Miss LeGrier.
Oh wow,
Miss
you
LeGrier
remember
was my
teachers' names.
Yes, I do,
Woo!
because they were the
Yeah.
best. Miss LeGrier was my third grade teacher, and Miss McPhee was my fourth grade teacher. My last two bit of loving teachers before this pigeon chest lady that probably come up with another episode down the line. Anyway, let's grab these comments here.
Yeah, Chelsea. Let me help you out a little bit with that. Okay, I heard what you said. I knew what you were saying. So yeah, when a guy making that kind of money, you gotta understand that if he meets your standards, right, he meets a whole lot of
A
other
lot of
women's
other women's
standards.
standards.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
true.
that's what he was getting at. So if you have options, he's going to exercise those options. Just to help you out,
Hmm.
sister. I got you. Don't worry. Your brother got you.
It sounds logical. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta
it is
say. That's why I
logical.
can't hate it. Cause I shit. If
So
I have all
where's
my
your
kids right
option?
now.
Like, don't have an option of money.
Hmm.
Okay, another comment.
Yeah. So I understand. Look, here's the thing, ladies. I understand. See, I'm very transparent. You know, if if I'm talking to a woman, she's dealing with me. I'm gonna let you know up front what you're getting yourself into, and it's up to you to accept those terms. You know, that's how I am. I'm very transparent. I'm not one of those lead you on types or whatever I used to be. But there's no need to do it anymore. But I mean, yeah, I'm an open book when it come to whatever.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, because
Yeah.
some you know men get a thrill out of that. Hey, even think about it. Freaking people you went to school with. Check your DMs. Motherfuckers be married and shit, and want to send you dick pics. They don't do that no more. Used to, but just like
I train for
crazy.
people No one I know does anything crazy to me. They know better.
Yeah.
I won't talk to you for days upon days. Don't do stuff like that to me.
Or suggest for like, hey, I want to show you something. There was one time for somebody that I basically lived in a neighborhood with. He's a goofball. He's a clown or whatever. But anyway, so he freaking long time ago when I think I first got on like Facebook and connected with a bunch of people that I knew or whatever. I took this quiz on him because you know how Facebook used to have quiz like how well do you know this person, and I got a pretty high score for not seeing him for years or whatever. And he gonna DM me talk about, oh, I got something to show you, and then I just said I don't want to see a dick pic. He's like, oh wow, you really know me. I don't want to see one.
Like,
Please
don't
keep
do
that
that.
to yourself.
Don't do
So
that.
let's talk about more ways that we
Oh
can.
wait, it's 8:56.
I know, but we're just gonna touch on these real quick.
Yeah.
So how to increase both the spiritual and the mental health. Make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep. Prioritize sleep, people. This is how our bodies are able to rejuvenate, relax, revamp, relax, relate, and release.
Mhm.
So we want to make sure that we're getting plenty sleep and nice restful sleep too. Have create a sleeping pattern. Try not to have too much on your mind beforehand. Do some light stretching, some meditation, even with doing listening to what Matt suggested, thunderstorm music, those nature sounds.
I listen to my
Uh,
husband snores.
Make sure that we are eating healthy. Remember that our stomach is our second brain. Listen to your body and how it reacts to certain food. I know that at times we may think that we may want comfort food, but we're probably even setting ourselves up for, just
Discomfort.
discomfort. We
Yeah.
just coming off the holiday, and so we know holidays is filled with so much uh comfort foods that we typically won't eat during other times. Lots of sweets, lots of drinking. So
I avoided all that. I successfully avoided all that stuff, except for the
I
oxtails.
yeah, I had some. We
Yeah.
had oxtails too. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
really. We didn't like really go too hard. Like just have some simple stuff and just call it a day. I don't even want to.
Mhm.
I don't even want the food after like the second day. So,
Mhm.
but let's. And oh yes, and plenty of exercise. Exercise, exercise, exercise. Let's
What
grab
what
this
what
comment.
what has anybody done for themselves to fix their spiritual mental health so far?
What I mean, stuff that I can say that I've done.
Yeah, what have you done?
Of course, I've been introduced to meditation, yoga, binaural beats. I also do yoni steams, castor oil packs. That can help.
Mhm.
Zone out too. I even done Cambo. For
No, you've
those
been
that
doing Campbell, yes.
Yeah, I've done Cambo. That's very great for spiritual health.
Mhm.
Basically, it's frog venom from the rainforest. So I know a shaman that will come to my area, from Peru, and they basically burn it into your skin. And you talk about that thing like just clears you out. It gets deep into your nervous system. And some of the side effects, there will be some vomiting, there will be some shaking or whatever. Um, you drink a lot of water, you end up throwing up everything. A lot of warriors would do that back in the days to be able to prepare them for war, prepare them for hunting. Those were some good things there. It
Mhm.
also has some, helps with the mental health.
Mhm.
It also helps with immune health as well. So, those are some things that I have done. Of course, exercise and then just, making sure that I laugh a lot.
Yeah. I've just turned off my notifications. I literally have no notification comes through on my phone anymore.
Oh
That's
no.
basically all I did. I mean, I don't know if you called or you text, but I gain, I can't, I go, say to myself, oh, let me check and see if somebody called me. Let me check and see if somebody texted me.
Yeah,
But I
like
turned
my.
all that shit off. I don't want to hear a thing or a bing. I just want to get through my day, focus on the people who are here with me, my kids, and that's it. So
You have to
that's
do
how
that
I
at
did it.
times.
And
Nothing
it's
wrong with
been
that.
working. Oh my God. I am less anxious because I don't hear something going off, or, somebody said something and I have to respond. I know I do, if you're, working in social media and stuff like that, but I'm not stressing myself out about it this year. I'll
No
get
more.
to it
All
when I can. Yeah.
right, let's grab these comments.
Yeah. So and, you gotta see another thing too. A lot of guys that are making, you know, above six figures nowadays, those were, the boys that girls didn't want in school. Those were the so-called geeks or whatever. And a lot of them see, and I know I work with them, and I hear stories all the time. You hear guys, hey, I got a, chick from high school's payback time, bitch. Like stuff like that. I mean, like, like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. A lot of people don't think that that stuff is real, but a lot of guys are getting payback when they earn a certain amount of money. That's why, a lot of them are the way they are. Now, it's not everybody, but just a little insider for y'all.
I figure.
Yeah, I see. Oh yeah, yeah. I done seen it.
Not surprised. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
y'all. Let me
surprised.
say so. Y'all are wonderful. Okay, y'all get my follow.
All right. Thank
Y'all are
you.
definitely wonderful.
Yay.
I appreciate. I like this content. Because it's like a solar eclipse. You don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Why, thank you.
Well,
That is
not
our
without
goal.
utensils. Not without a tool.
Damn Skippy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh, that's a good question. So for me personally, to fix myself spiritually, mentally, what I did was I did away and eliminated anyone around me who was not a benefit, to my life. It didn't have
Hey,
to be with money. It didn't have to be, like just, what I'm saying, people who were good influence, people who had good character.
adding.
Um, and as long as you surround yourself with people who have good character, now obviously, if you go to work, there's not everybody's not there, but if you don't, as long as you have in your circle of people that has good character, that definitely works for people
Oh yeah.
to allow people to, understand you, check you when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, holding you accountable, and making sure you're okay, most importantly.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you gotta be with people that's like around people that's adding, and it's mutual.
I
Like
love
y'all
that
both are
holding you accountable. I love that word accountable. It gives me
yes, accountable.
chills. It
I
gives me
can't deal with
chills.
people who can't deal with accountability.
Mm.
I just can't. Like if you can't take accountability for your actions, I just can't be around you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot the other spiritual thing that I've tried. I have tried shrooms. That's good for that can be good for the mental health in moderation. So
Mm-hmm.
let's
Now we got
see.
two
Everybody,
comments.
Miss Jovani
Yay.
Goins.
Go
I
ahead,
Hello,
saw
Steve.
that.
Mr.
Say something.
Azima.
Executive.
Now, I saw the actual video.
You did.
I mean, this is the world we live in. You know, there's nothing
Yeah.
going to change. The intelligence of the guy was very lacking. What man is going to argue, first of all, with a woman that has something in her hand? That's the first fucking mistake. It'd be different if we went up to the woman, hey, there's things we need to discuss, but let's go and bowl this strike first. Then let's talk. No, he wanted to show out. That's the problem about today's society. They too busy want to show out. They too loud.
Mm-hmm.
The loud of your voice is not what makes you heard. It's the articulation of the way you deliver yourself. And motherfuckers have forgotten that.
I
Yeah.
guess so. Yeah.
Ooh
I don't look.
wee.
I said I don't know what he was arguing about, what they were arguing about, but
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
I
I
need a
wouldn't argue with
backstory
somebody with
on
a bowling
that.
ball in their hand. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not arguing a person something in their hand like that. It's just not.
That's a good point, executive.
That is a good point.
I
I
didn't think about that at all.
I didn't think about that. I
No.
just thought about it like, oh dang, what the heck was going on with her? Oh Lord. Okay, let's see, Chelsea.
I've been very solution oriented about my mental health. And so part of that was seeking out therapy, was seeking out medication, or
Oh
I
yeah.
guess being receptive to taking medication. And I also been making an effort to exercise, whether that's riding my bike or taking a walk, or I did get a trainer back in a couple months ago, but I had to pause my sessions just because the work season got busy, but I'm picking that back up in 2 weeks. And I've been doing a lot of research about like coping methods and even just strategies to work with, whatever issues that you're struggling with, and finding practical solutions that I can implement into my day to make my life better and see like measurable improvement, and hopefully not need the medications after some time.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Being proactive, solution oriented. That's how we all need to be. I can dig it.
that
Love it.
makes it's a beautiful thing to be self-aware that needs to be done.
Because
I
that's
think
where it
people need to
starts.
wake up and
That's
realize
where
they
it starts.
exist, you know?
Absolutely.
But I don't know what you're talking about now, but it's the Winefine Podcast, episode 12. Ladies, get our health together. Amen to that. I hope that
Mhm.
everyone gets their health together, but I totally understand the importance of ladies getting your health together.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, it seems like ladies always get the end of the stick, the short end of the stick. They get the fuckery, and that causes stress.
Mhm.
And as much time as you spend on working your ass off because no one is helping you in order to take care of things in life, you know, you don't spend as much time to work out for yourself. So I hope
Exactly.
everything goes well, but shit, that's crazy.
I'm glad I don't make time for a lot of fuckery though.
Yeah. I moved to the boonies just for that reason, to
Yeah.
get away from the fuckery.
People like what you do
Sometimes
for
the fuckery follows you though.
like nah, I enjoy my company, so I don't need to do much to have fun.
Mhm.
I mean, let's look at it like this. When a woman is out and about and having fun, she's not working, she's not being a mother or any of the above. She's being herself. She's letting her hair down. She's not thinking about any of the issues that might be going on in her life. She's just trying to have a good fucking time.
She being
So you know
herself.
what? A lot of energy and strength is being gained at this moment. But a fucking idiot will decide, I'm gonna choose now to start my bullshit. So all the energy that she has that she's ready to let go of, she has the bowling ball in her hand, and you decide to get all in her face in front of people. So you just took the only moment that she probably had for the week and fucked it up. So all that energy that she was ready to give, she put it
Uh,
inside that bowling ball and whack it across your dumbass head. And we wonder why. Yes.
I think executive said something. I mean, Matt, you said something similar to that, where it's just like why the timing was not necessary to have that kind of conversation. But
It's like look,
yeah.
yeah, it could have been like, "Cut, let's walk over here and talk
Mhm.
away from the bowling balls."
All right.
Oh my goodness. Woo.
This was a good show.
9:09. Heck yeah, I love it. Yeah, I like when we can just really get into the nitty-gritty of these subjects here.
Mhm.
Man, thank you all for your feedback. It is
Thank
greatly
you.
appreciated.
Thank you, Chelsea, Carol, executive, and Matt. We really appreciate you coming on this show.
So yeah. Before we head out, Azima, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Azima the Only, Azima the Only, on TikTok and Instagram. And you can find me on YouTube and Facebook as Ozidi Wellness and Fitness. That's Ozidi Wellness and Fitness. And where can we find you, Joe?
Yes, so that's it's across all platforms at Camp Jogofit. That's KampJogofit.
Okay.
And y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning.
Yes. And keep your mind right. Okay.
Yes.
Stay right with your heart. Keep the faith and enjoy your day. Good night. Bye.
Good night.